I'm just saying, in America, most people only know what they know in America, but I've been to other countries, and in Iceland, I think the legal age to get with a girl is 13 years old.
Oh my God.
Right, it blows people's mind when they hear it. You just can't offer them money and gifts. And I thought that was so unfair that you couldn't give them nothing after you was done with them. This too crazy.
I'm not going to Iceland. So I assume you've been to Iceland and you took advantage of the laws. Is that what you're saying?
I had a great time in Iceland.
What's going on, America and the rest of the world? Xander J. Hobson here, comedian, director and producer of boxing documentaries, and troll to those who need trolling. This is another episode of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. Folks, do me a favor because I'm trying to go to platform. Subscribe, like this video, share it, and by all means, leave a comment in the comment section because I enjoy checking out the feedback from these videos that I make, as well as exchanging opinions and points of views with you all.
Corey Holcomb's career might be over after these new allegations. They are accusing Corey Holcomb of being a PDF, and the receipts are going mega viral and gaining a lot of steam. Bruh, the ending may be near. And the worst part about it all, this damage is self-inflicted. They're just using Corey's own admissions against him.
Can you get charged if you spoon a child? Get behind him, make him take all his clothes off, and you hug him like that.
I'm pretty
is that
sure. Yes, Graham.
What is that?
Sure.
Not no penetration. Just
doesn't have to be penetration. It's you can't be.
Love.
You can. Okay, hold on.
What if it's a stepchild?
So anyway, 2026 has not been a good year thus far for Corey Holcomb. He started out, he had a rather spirited debate with Anton Daniels, and that debate quickly went south because these two guys are as different as night and day when it comes to their ideologies. It got so bad, these guys almost came to blows.
Start dancing and kissing Caucasian male's ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now.
I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Well, I tell you what, watch that dick sucking shit, cause that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking.
You say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either.
And they carried on days and even weeks after the debate was over. And it got so bad, Corey Holcomb came up with a t-shirt depicting Anton Daniels and his family as apes. And if things couldn't get any worse, Corey Holcomb endeavored to coerce his Hispanic co-host, Darlene Ortiz, into holding up that shirt during the broadcast.
Ain't this a shirt, D? You gonna hold it up, D?
No, you can't. That's all you, brother.
Oh, you ain't gonna hold it up? You ain't.
And Darlene flat out refused, and Corey got very upset with her about it. His behavior toward Darlene, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst things that happened throughout this whole ordeal.
If you don't want to do it, get another. Do it. If you don't want to do it, get another. Do it. If you don't want to do it, get another. Do it. 50 in the house.
Because Corey turned on poor Darlene, and Darlene has been riding with him for well over 10 years. He showed absolutely no loyalty to Darlene. And the thing about it is, if Darlene would have held up that t-shirt, it would have caused a commotion because we all know that black people lose their mind at the notion of someone from another race using the N-word or calling black people an ape. Okay? That's what Corey tried to do to poor Darlene. And as a result of it, Corey's behavior, a lot of people are appalled and a lot of people are trying to take Corey Holcomb down. First and foremost, my YouTube niece, Tasha K. She's out for Corey's head. The brother from Comedy Hype Live, he's out for Corey Holcomb. And Sean Holly. Some footage of Corey assaulting a young woman by the name of Christine Payne. suddenly reappeared. And although Corey has been vindicated of that matter, in the court of public opinion, Corey Holcomb, he looks like a fiend in human guise. And Corey has been on the attack because Corey has made himself the #1 content in these black YouTube spaces for 2026. Corey's attacked the lead attorney. He's attacked O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's attacked Joe Budden.
Yeah, fruit booty buttons. They know who I'm talking about. But man to man, you a serial woman beater.
But when Joe Budden returned fire against Corey Holcomb, I'm sorry, it was like Joe Budden dropped a nuclear bomb on Corey Holcomb.
And Corey Holcomb, your fall from disgrace has been one that should be studied, from kind of funny to kind of bummy to I'm just the dummy. You over there struggling. You look sandwich away from welfare. You dusty dog in the face. Boy, Corey Holcomb, I can't believe that you are engaging this way when you fight that way. Honestly, it's over. You over there just lonely and poor. Your co-host look bad. Not the woman. I'm not talking about her. Everything over there look bad. I know you down bad because you on a Costco table podding in front of a fake plant that appears to be dying. You failed at fatherhood. You hate yourself. You hate your daughter. Your daughter hates you. You failed at fatherhood, finances, you failed at funny, your pod sucks, you failed at fodder, you just failure all around the board. And don't forget the original point, you don't fight well enough to do none of this with nobody. So prayers up to Corey Holcomb. We're not going to go back and forth in an exchange because I just don't feel the need to do that with you. I was just shocked to see that you still had a voice.
And if things couldn't get any worse for Corey Holcomb, my YouTube nephew, Poetic Flakko, he found some footage of Corey Holcomb and some of the filth that came out of Corey Holcomb's mouth. It was so bad, it would make the most ardent Corey Holcomb supporter rethink their position or even abandon him.
Saying in America, most people only know what they know in America, but I've been to other countries, and in Iceland, I think the legal age to get with a girl is 13 years old.
Oh my God.
Right, it blows people's mind when they hear it. You just can't offer them money and gifts. And I thought that was so unfair that you couldn't give them nothing after you was done with them.
For real, one day I was living with this lady, and her daughters crawled in the bed, and I ain't have on shit.
Yeah.
I was up under the cover.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, shit. And one of her daughters was like,
rest in peace.
Her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15.
Listen, I want to wish your daughter a happy birthday. Her sweet 16 is a beautiful age, and you make sure you and your daughter have counseling so that if she's broke, cat daddies like me ain't in that by the time she's 21 through 30.
This story makes me uncomfortable to this day.
This past weekend, I saw this little girl. She had a Welch's grape juice bottle in her mouth. And she was about 5. She had the whole bottle as far as it'll go, just sucking on it, walking with her mouth. Somebody said, get that out her mouth. When they took it out her mouth, that baby said, you know when she stopped crying? When a man picked her up and put her in her lap and started bouncing with her. Then she stopped crying and was looking like this. I said, that's a little growing right there. And everybody will say, Corey, what are you talking about? Corey, you crazy. Get the out of this little girl was in her bliss with her mouth wide open. She was just, it had the cap on it and everything. They took it out of her mouth.
Now, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. As a guy who was a staunch Corey Holcomb fan and supporter, I can't even fuck with Corey after hearing all of that filth that came out of his mouth. And I'll tell you why, okay? If I continue to support Corey Holcomb, it only stands to reason that people will think that I'm just like him. Birds of a feather flock together. And that couldn't be the farthest thing from the truth here. You know, but I'm really disappointed with Corey Holcomb. You know, I mean, you watch these people on YouTube and you get a bit of a rapport with them just by watching their content, and you think that they're like you. But after hearing all of that stuff that came out of Corey's mouth, man, that nigga ain't nothing like me. And it's easy for Corey or Corey supporters to say that Corey Holcomb was only joking. Let me tell you something, folks, if you don't know about comedy and entertainment. Comedians are artists, and artists draw on their experiences when they express themselves. Singers do it, painters do it, people who sculpt, they do it, and comedians do it. You draw on your experiences. That's where your comedy come from, okay? Now, I've been doing this comedy thing for a few years. My comedy comes from wives and girlfriends, children and grandchildren, being a member of the United States Armed Forces, being a boxer, and putting in some work out there in the streets. That's where my comedy comes from. Corey Holcomb, prior to hearing all of this filth that came out of his mouth, I thought that he was a guy that liked banging whores and bum bitches. Hey man, it ain't nothing wrong with that. I think every man of experience has done those things. But when you start talking about the age of consent in other countries, and you talk about being in bed with your woman's child that's underage and thinking about banging her, or going to a shoe store with an underage girl, hey man, that ain't nothing to joke about, man. Because that's not funny to a person who's not about that. I can't even relate to that. The first time I heard a guy joking about sucking a dick and getting banged by another man, I was at a comedy club. And the guy up on stage joking about those things, he was a gay man. And he was joking about his reality. So when I hear Corey Holcomb joking about underage girls and age of consent, and Jesus Christ, a little girl with a bottle, hey man, you joking about that because you about that. Because if you're not about that, that's not something that you would joke about. I'm not going to joke about being a doctor because I don't know nothing about being a doctor. I'm not going to joke about being a homosexual because I don't know about being a homosexual. And so forth and so forth and so forth. Yeah, it's one thing if you're telling a stock joke, but if you just up there on stage passionately expressing yourself in a joking manner, hey man, you joking about that because you about that. Hey man, as a comedian, right, my experience tells me that he's talking about his experiences and his reality. So, you know, man, this is what I was thinking about, man. I'm actually kind of sad, right? because I feel like I lost a friend. But at the end of the day, man, I can't be fucking around with a dude like Corey Holcomb, man, because I don't want people to think that I'm about what he's about. So, you know, this is what I was thinking about, man. And now that I done thought about it and shared it with you all, I'm done with it. Bam!